Every problem is a business. I'm going to close on this verse. Sow your seed in the morning. You know who wrote this? The richest man that ever lived. Normally, I would suggest to people, if you want to be successful, don't take advice from a failure. This guy was the richest man that ever lived. I figure you better listen to the fella. Here's what he says. Sow your seed in the morning, and in the evening, let not your hands be idle. He tells you why. Because you know not which one might prosper you, whether this one or that one or both. This is good advice. Let me explain what he means. He says, in the morning, go to work on your job. In the evening, work on your own business. See it there? In the morning, go to your job. In the evening, work on your work. In the morning, go to the job. In the evening, don't watch TV. Do you know that your future is after 5 p.m.? Please listen to me before I go. See, you don't understand. You build your life after you go home. Because from 9 to 5, you don't own your life. Think for a minute. You got a 9 to 5 job, that means you cannot grow between 9 and 5. You can't work on your future between 9 and 5. You're building someone else's. You got to work after 5. After 5 o'clock, start thinking, dreaming, working, developing. Why? He says, in the evening, let not your hands be idle. Now he tells you why. Because you know not which one will succeed. Now the folks who were just laid off this week from the hotel, if they only had the morning seed, they're in trouble. I'm talking to some of you. You need to go home and start working after 5. Life begins after 5 p.m. Your life. 4 a.m. is easy for me to go to work. Most successful people build their lives while you are sleeping. Sow your seed in the morning. And in the evening, let not your hands be idle. You see those books that Dr. Richard wrote? He didn't write them between 9 and 5. He probably was up late in the night working on, all Pastor Dave, working hard to produce a global book, man, with research. You can't go to bed 9 o'clock. Sow your seed in the morning, and after 5, start working, he says. Both may succeed, you know. You don't know which one. Where you going? Home. That's about it, just home. We're so busy going home, we don't go to our destiny. Be a different person. Don't be a normal person, please. Let today be the last day you allow TV to destroy your life.
Insightful diagram here. I think if you focus on just trying to be 1% better each day, look, after a year, you are like 31 times the person you are. And if you're becoming 1% worse each day, look at this. You are 0.03% of who you were. Pretty scary. And don't get despondent. Success is not linear and easy. Success has problems, doubt, a bit of fear, difficulty, but embrace these things. I mean, they make you learn and grow. Another interesting diagram here. I mean, your success is made up of failures and successes. You learn maybe even more from failures than successes. So the wall of success, or whatever you visualize success is made up of failures and successes, and so you learn and grow. Look, this young lady at 17, she's making like almost R1 million a month off her slime business. I mean, she epitomizes, I think, what this gentleman was talking about, using your after hours, because obviously building her business, she had to go to school in, call it 9 to 5, and after hours build her business.
I went from making slime in my bedroom to making $50,000 in 1 month, and here's how I did it. I went from making slime in my bedroom to making $50,000 in 1 month, and here's how I did it. I've created over 300 different kinds of slimes. I make around 10 gallons of slime a day. Since I've started, I sold around 100,000 slimes in total. I ship it all over the world. When I told my parents I wanted to start a slime business, they thought I was crazy. A white glue foam slime, which is a super crunchy and colorful slime that makes amazing bubble pops and crunches. I'm gonna be making 2 gallons of slime, so I have to use 2 gallons of glue. Then you pick out your scents, your colors, and then you add in your activator. Today I'm feeling like a blue cotton candy type of scent. Each week we spend around $800 on supplies. Each week we spend around $800 on supplies, which is like glue, scents, clay, sprinkles. In some of my slimes we have secret ingredients, but I can't show you those today. I work every single day. I try to take breaks, but it's really hard. Once your slime is formed, you can add in a bunch of add-ins. There's sprinkles, foam beads like we're using today. You can honestly do anything. The possibilities are endless. Sometimes I'll get an idea in the middle of the night and I just like wake up out of my sleep and I'm like, I have to make this slime. This is one. You can definitely tell that I wrote it in my sleep because it didn't make any sense. Each batch of slime makes around 50 to 100 jars depending on how big the batch is.
If you get slime in your hair, you can just use hot water. It'll melt right back into glue. Learn that the hard way.
I sell around 1,000 slimes each week, and each slime is priced at around $12 to $16. My favorite slime personally is cereal milk. It's been selling out every single week. I love making slime. I love playing with the big batches. Now that we made our slime, it's time to make an ASMR video with it because that's what my followers love. ASMR is short for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, and it is basically the sensation that some people get when they watch slime videos. I know that I find it very satisfying. I like to make sure there's a good variety of noises, so I want to make sure there's pokes, there's bubble pops, and there's crunches. Oh, this is a crunch. My business really started to take off back in 2017 when I started my YouTube channel. The most views I've ever gotten on a video was I think 7 million, and it was on TikTok. Making these ASMR videos is basically like marketing because you're showing the product before people buy it, so they basically know what they're gonna get.
I do not really like slime, but I have a few ones that I don't mind touching. Pretty much everybody in this family gets stuck in the slime business except for my brother. He somehow stayed out of it.
He's dodged it. As a child, I was very entrepreneurial. I first heard about slime when I was browsing through Instagram back in 2016. One day, I was going to Target with my mom and we found this blue glitter glue. That night, I came home and made slime with it, and I ended up posting it to Instagram. My first sale was to one of my friends, but I don't think he ever paid me. So, if he's watching this, you owe me like $4. It's time to post it to my Instagram to get people excited. I work super hard on my social media profiles. I have 600,000 followers on Instagram. We just got an order for Cotton Candy Skies. I sell some of my merch on my website. I sell hoodies and phone cases and face masks and socks and t-shirts. I definitely earn more from slime than merch. Someone bought it and they posted it. The quickest I've ever sold out during a restock was only 1 minute. That was back in 2018. In the future, I would love to open up my own slime warehouse where I can have people come into the warehouse and buy slimes in person. I feel so grateful to be able to run a business at 17. I love the fact that I'm earning money from something that brings people joy.
I'm going to close on this verse. Sow your seed in the morning. You know who wrote this? The richest man that ever lived. Normally, I would suggest to people, if you want to be successful, don't take advice from a failure. This guy was the richest man that ever lived. I figure you better listen to the fella. Here's what he says. Sow your seed in the morning, and in the evening, let not your hands be idle. He tells you why. Because you know not which one might prosper you, whether this one or that one or both. This is good advice. Let me explain what he means. He says in the morning, go to work on your job. In the evening, work on your own business. See there? In the morning, go to your job. In the evening, work on your work. In the morning, go to the job. In the evening, don't watch TV. Do you know that your future is after 5 p.m.? You build your life after you go home. Because from 9 to 5, you don't own your life. Think for a minute. You got a 9 to 5 job. That means you cannot grow between 9 and 5. You can't work on your future between 9 and 5. You're building someone else's. You got to work after 5. After 5 o'clock, start thinking, dreaming, working, developing. Why? He says, in the evening, let not your hands be idle.